Oh my word. Yes! Oh, yes! I knew there was going to be something cool on this one. Oh, I hope it comes back. I hope it comes back. I'm on the hunt for big sharks in the Indo-Pacific. But I'm not hunting with a spear gun or a fishing rod, but with GoPros attached to cages filled with shark bait. But this is not my first time doing this. Several years ago, I ran a similar project, and after some redesigns to stop the big snappers smashing up our bait cages, we came across some pretty awesome species, including white-tip reef sharks, this super rare snaggletooth shark that emerged from the depths, and one of my all-time favourites, the thresher shark. But since then, nobody seems to have seen them. So, I'm embarking on a mission to find the missing sharks, discover new local species, and see what's hiding in the deep. I'll be dropping cameras every week and showing you the best footage. So, let's get into it. So first things first, we've got to mash up the bait in the bait cage. This is obviously just to let the scent waft down a little bit and make sure that all the big sharks and rays in the area know that there's food about. So the first things to turn up are usually like the emperors, the butterflies, the damsels, etc. These guys are really good because they start pecking at the bait, of course, and then the bigger stuff starts to get interested. So you can see our first predatory fish coming in from the right hand side now. So this is a red snapper. There's usually always a red snapper around when there's bait down on this reef. So I'm sure you'll see lots of this guy in future videos. Okay, so there's another big snapper coming in now. So this guy here is called a blubber lip. He's actually about a meter long, this one. And the only reason I know that is because when I went to pick the camera up, he was actually sat right next to the bait cage, actually chomping on it. So yeah, really, really big fish, but you can't really see the size of it here. There was actually like a ton of teeth marks all over the cage when we picked it up, and it's only after watching this bat that I realised who the culprit was. It's this big blubber lip, and he spent probably a good half an hour smashing up this bait cage. Oh, there's also, that's a really cool fish, a long face emperor just coming at the top. You typically don't see these guys that much, I think because they're a prize fish for fishermen and for spear fishermen. They are typically quite wary of people, so you don't see them whilst diving, but luckily we've picked a nice big one up on the camera. And there's also a lyre-tail that's just coming on the left-hand side towards the back. I actually uploaded a really cool video a couple of weeks ago of one of these hunting with a moray. So if you want to see that, go check out my shorts and you'll see that video there. Cool, so these guys that have just swum past are bluefin trevally. That was a quick swim by, hopefully we'll see them again soon. There's also a big old Titan triggerfish at the back, and looks like a green jobfish is coming in as well. For those who don't know, the Titan triggerfish at the back, they're famous for being very aggressive and having a nasty bite, so watch out for them. Now this was definitely a first for me. This is a feather star. There's quite a lot of clips of these actually at the moment doing the rounds on social media, just because they look really cool when they swim. You can see one swimming here, just finding a new position and getting bothered by some fish whilst doing so. Now this is a cool clip. So this snapper here is now got some really dark black barring on his side, I think because there's a red snapper in the back and he's obviously getting very competitive for his food. So you can see that in contrast to him here, he's gone very pale again. Now, there was a treat at the end of this video, although it was in the last minute, so we were super lucky to get it, and here it is. So this is a marble stingray. These guys are fairly common here, but you don't see them that often. But this one is, for obvious reasons, super interested in the bait in the tube. Although he does get spooked here and swims off again into the blue, but hopefully we'll see lots more of them in future videos. So a few days later we dropped another one of the cameras, this time a bit deeper, down at about 40 meters. It's a super difficult drop this, there's always like tons of current here. So yeah, we weren't down there for too long. Got the camera set up, pumped a little bit of bait into the water and then swam off and left it be. So as normal, it was the little emperors that turned up first. These guys are really good at attracting the bigger fish by just creating some activity around the bait cage. There was also some shoaling fish that came by. I actually have no idea what these guys are. So if you know what these fish are in the background, please let me know in the comments. Another big titan turned up. Might be the same one from the shallower camera, but this guy was definitely quite interested in the bait, and I'm sure we'll have some run-ins with them later down the line. There was also another big old red snapper that came in. Again, this might be the one from the previous video. He hung around for a bit. We also had a visit from perhaps the fastest fish in the ocean. Now, I actually have no idea what this guy is. He is a trevally of some sort. I have looked him up online and in books, and I'm not entirely sure exactly what he is. So he could be a hybrid, but I'll try and get some more information on him and let you guys know. Oh yeah, there was also a really cool visit from a hawksbill turtle. So typically you see these guys really shallow, but for some reason this one was down at like 40, 50 meters and just swam by and said hello. Also a nice big pelagic surgeonfish swimming around. Oh my word, yes! That is not a good clip, but that is so cool. I knew there was going to be something cool on this one. So this massive fish is a mola, and they're actually the biggest bony fish in the sea. Unfortunately, this isn't the best clip of one. You can just sort of see it swimming towards the top left-hand side of the screen. But luckily, I have seen quite a few on dives recently, so fingers crossed next time we drop a camera here, we'll get a much better clip for you. Hey guys, so I just got back from another dive and we saw yet another mola. For some reason the water's super cold at the moment, which means that they are like hanging around. And I think that's actually the third one in the last week or so, which is really cool. Fingers crossed we get a better sighting on the Bruv and you guys can see that super close up. I've also got another video coming out in the next couple of weeks. I've actually just looked at the footage for that and there is something very, very cool on it. Definitely something that I wasn't expecting to get on the Bruv so quickly. Definitely stay tuned for that one. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe so you see that new video when it comes out. And yeah, catch you next time.
Hi, I'm Barney. Welcome to my Broke Boys channel.